I'm not sure if you were keeping up with what's happening in Germany, but you might want to keep up with what's occurring in Germany, because it has to do with COVID protocols. You see, we've got really tough issues of magnitude that we're talking about here. And I don't think the citizenry is really understanding it, in all honesty. Germany, when there wasn't much scientific evidence in regards to what COVID was, made a promise. They wouldn't mandate vaccine. And you know, sometimes you make a promise that when you in good conscience couldn't keep, because you've looked at all of the data, you've listened to all of the experts, and you've made a determination that, well, something that you said earlier isn't necessarily applicable at this point. Now, some people can interpret that as, well, you're a liar. You're changing up what you previously stated. No. Sometimes you don't have everything up front, and then you get new information that contradicts and changes where you have to be. And that's what Germany did. You see, now they're doing a lockdown, because Germany is on their fourth wave of COVID. They're at like 45,000 cases per day of people testing positive in Germany. We're at close to 100,000. But Germany is locking down the unvaccinated. They're trying to preempt the worst outcomes happening this winter. It's not political. You gotta stop thinking it's political. Angela Merkel is a conservative member in Germany. She's governed moderately. She's not a far leftist. She's not a fringe fundamentalist rightish. She's governed pretty centrist. And she's leaving office. She has nothing left. There's no political gain in anything that she would tell the citizenry. So when she's on her way out encouraging all Germans to get vaccinated, she doesn't gain anything politically. You gotta understand that. Because some people want to look at it in terms of American politics as being political. A vaccine is not political. But she's doing something on her way out that'll make it easier for when the new leadership, when they come in to govern in Germany. She's locking down the unvaccinated, the people who refuse to do what they know is necessary to be done for the general society. And well, it's looking like by February of 2022 that there might be the legality in place to mandate the vaccine. You know, you always hope that the vast majority of people do the right thing. And they generally do. But nobody ever talks about the people in society who choose not to do the right thing. And it's a willful choice. They're in the minority, but they're still here. My thing is this: you cannot, I think, have the vaccinated amongst the unvaccinated, and vice versa. If you're not willing to get vaccinated, you shouldn't be able to use services where people are primarily vaccinated. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. It's just common sense. If 100 people come to the stoplight because it's red, and one person wants to blow the stoplight just because they want to, what do you want us to do if certain people are just hell-bent on not wanting to do or abide by any kind of norms and expectations that the rest of us in society want to abide by? You can't walk around with tuberculosis. Medically, they would have to isolate you because tuberculosis is airborne. They test for TB at all jobs when we're working with the public. You can't just be outside willy-nilly. Oh, I have tuberculosis. Let me do a dance out in public. But that's what these clowns want us to do with COVID. Something that's even more contagious, more deadly. No testing, no wearing masks, no social distancing. And by the way, no vaccine either. What kind of insanity is this? Germany has finally said enough of this bullshit. Thank you, Germany. You know, science will still be science, whether humans want to accept science as being science or not. Germany might prevent a really, really dark winter. America has taken shutdowns and lockdowns off the table. In my opinion, prematurely, because we have a higher positivity test rate than even the Germans. Now, perhaps percentage-wise, in terms of fully vaccinated, we're probably around the same area. In terms of partially vaccinated, but not fully vaccinated, America is probably ahead of Germany, but not by much. Look, I told you the metrics stated this was done by an accredited university, Baylor University. The projections state that if we have a really bad winter, 2 million people can die between now and March of 2022 of COVID. You think you wouldn't have to lock down? Right now we're at close to 800,000. That would be 1.2 million people dying of COVID in a 3-month time period. You can't have that kind of insanity happen because people, a tiny minority at this point, want to be fringe and crazy. batshit crazy. No. Germany, I think, is going to be remembered for doing this in a good way. For operating in good faith. Not being political and politicizing science. Germany has a very dark history. So maybe that's where the skepticism comes in. Who knows? But sometimes you can go from dark to light. This, I think, is light. And I think Germany, if it can save its citizenry by not politicizing this, it's a good thing. Thank you, Chancellor Angela Merkel. Thank you, Germany, for leading the way. Hopefully, others won't have to follow, because the citizenry will just wake up and say, I am being a nitwit. I should get vaccinated. They'll stop paying attention to misinformation online and conspiracy theories and really listen to the science and doctors and read the actual research papers, peer reviewed,